different...
in fact, I noticed it's a very large pocket. Of course, it's for doctors.
Doctors, yeah.
You know how thick those things are.
There's also a place for 6 golf tees over here,
Right, yeah.
in case it's a Wednesday.
I also noticed you have a little different, shirt on.
It's an official scrub shirt. It's a reversible doctor's scrub T-shirt.
This one has my picture
with a pocket. It's got Hard Day's Night Cafe on the front with a picture of Bob with the universal no sign going through Bob's groin area as his legs are crossed. Now on the back, you might want to describe this drawing on the back.
Well, the back it says, "I heard Bob's Vasectomy on the Bob and Tom show," and it shows Tom, Dr. Tommy G, holding a Ronco Super scalpel.
It's a chainsaw.
It's a
like
chainsaw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm strapped into stirrups.
Right.
And right below the, groin area.
That's my favorite part.
There's one of those baskets that goes over the trash can. It's a hoop.
Yeah. No, and
then there's
who's
Christy.
the nurse?
Christy's the nurse holding scalpels, scissors, and other assorted things.
Yeah, this is an extremely limited edition shirt. We're going to actually make these available to the public at the Hard Day's Night Cafe in the Geist area, should you want to have your official I Heard Bob's Vasectomy scrub T-shirt. This is, as I say, an extremely limited edition. They'll be available beginning tomorrow. But the matter at hand is Bob's Vasectomy, and we will be giving you the blow-by-blow account of the entire operation. We'll be speaking with the doctor who will be performing the surgery. Who
stop playing with my balloon, please?
We do have a couple balloons that were provided by the hospital as kind of a gift for Bob.
This one says for a special boy.
While he still is a boy. I hear a scissor sound effect in the background.
I hear some fancy scissoring.
Well, the media's arrived.
Oh,
now.
good. Channel 8's here, so
good.
That's perfect. How about a weather forecast for today? Partly sunny, very warm and humid, a 30% chance for thunderstorms, highs in the upper 80s. Tonight, thunderstorms likely low near 70, and then a chance for thunderstorms tonight. Officially, it's 60%. Tomorrow, Friday, mostly cloudy, a 50% chance for thunderstorms, highs in the mid-80s. We'll also be hearing some more poetry this morning. We've asked you to send us poems about vasectomies because we're also giving away a vasectomy.
That's right.
So you out there, if you'd like to win one, can win this surgical procedure from Q95 Radio.
Okay, I suppose we have all kinds of nifty songs prepared this morning. Is that right?
We have selected some special songs. We have Ian St. Ian back at the radio station.
Right.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, Bob, how's it hanging?
Okay, so far.
Guess who's back here with me?
Who? Oh, it's the King.
Bob, how you doing, man?
Fine, King.
Man, I just was wondering a little bit there, Bob. Did you save any of the Cavoyan bloodline in case there should be second thoughts after this is all done?
Oh yeah, there's other gentlemen to pass the name along. Yeah.
There's is there a safety deposit box with
a little? Yeah, I was thinking, just in case old Helen wants to hear a parcel full of youngins running around the Cavoyan mansion again, that there's a little
get the old turkey baster out and
just be it, King.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you, my man.
No, thank you.
You didn't freeze any for posterity?
No, I didn't.
You just didn't want any of those scenic checks, did you, Bobby?
That's exactly right.
And you could always, if nothing else, turn them into a bobsicle.
Thank you.
You'd have a hell of a time getting somebody to lick that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, who's going to swallow it?
Yeah. Or would that be a creamsicle? I'm not
Stop.
Okay, sorry. It just sets itself up for so many great gags.
It does.
Why don't we take a short break?
Okay, and we'll push on. It's I don't know what we're doing here.
Gonna crack some jams here?
Do it.
Do you have something special for Bob?
Yes, this is something Bob won't be doing for a while. ZZ Top Tube Snake Boogie.
295, 620, you're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Good morning, Bob. You're sounding very chipper. Bob, getting ready for his vasectomy this morning.
Okay, I think the only thing I'm really worried about in this whole procedure is tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, I'm wondering if I'll be able to stand up and walk as I should, or I'm going to be a little swollen, or...
We'll discuss the...
That's the only thing I'm really worried about. I think everything else I'm just fine. Of course, the guffaws that'll happen while I'm being shaved is another thing I guess I'm a little apprehensive about, but aside from that, I'm fine.
Bob, I am wearing a full set of scrubs because this will help take me to that plane at which the doctor operates, where everything is serious, no one will be laughed at.
Obviously, Mr. DeLay's not on, or I would probably curse right here.
Any joking will be strictly the kind of joking that a doctor would do with you just to relax you.
Fine.
We're here to have fun with you, not to make fun of you.
Of course.
the fact that you're going to be shaven down like a piglet. We're not gonna,
I know.
We're not going to.
It's not going to be that bad. I'm not worried about it.
Now, we do have a TV camera here from Channel 8.
All right, I think I'm going to be part of Health Matters or Health Scene or however they call it on Channel 8 with Debbie Knox.
8 on the scene. Is that the? See, there's a classic old joke that I know there is. We don't even have to do it here.
Okay, fine.
But you'll be on Channel 8. Now, we have asked them obviously to restrict the use of their camera.
Yeah, they're only allowed to film certain things.
We don't want to see Debbie sitting in front of a gigantic blow up.
No, I think.
Well, the way the weather.
What we don't want, Tom, is the underground tape that gets spread around the city of Bob's genitals as they're being shaved.
Well, to get that, they need a wide-angle lens, wouldn't they, Bob?
That's right, King.
Just trying to help.
You have the weatherman standing in front of the satellite shot of the United States. We don't really want that with Bob. And, Debbie with a pointer.
Is that Bob or Florida?
God, I hope it's Bob.
Here are the vast deferens being severed.
Yeah.
So we'll begin the preparation, I guess, for the surgery in about 20 or 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor is here, as is his staff. They've gotten up early to help us out today, which we certainly appreciate. And we are going to be hearing a very special tribute to Bob's Vasectomy in only a couple of minutes. Right now, it's time to check in with news headlines. Christy Lee is back at our Fall Creek studios. Christy, we wish you could be here, but this is kind of a guy thing.
Yeah, I know. I don't really have any desire to be there.
Good.
But, Bob, I did wear my scrubs today in honor of this.
Did you really?
Yes. Event.
I was at the station about 5 o'clock picking up some stuff, and Christy is wearing scrubs. And I must say, there is something about a woman of Christy's beauty in a pair of scrubs.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you.
They're nice and baggy. Sometimes you can look up their armhole and really.
Christy's got a
view, if you know what I mean.
Bob, she's got a trap door in her scrubs.
Oh, baby.
Ooh.
I like that.
I'm trying to talk her into giving me a sponge bath.
Forget it, Ian.
Oh, any bath involving a sponge, I'm pretty psyched about.
Really?
Our weather forecast for today, Christy?
Well, we do have a chance for some thunderstorms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies, very humid. Look for a high today of 88. Mike Tyson's attorney, Alan Dershowitz, filed a petition yesterday seeking a new trial. Aides say Clinton has picked Al Gore to be his running mate. An official announcement will be made later this afternoon.
I have a stupid question.
Mm-hmm.
The conventions this year are going to be pretty dull, right?
Tom, they say.
So I'm thinking the one thing that the Democrats had that would be dramatic would be
the selection of a running mate.
Sure.
Waiting for the selection of the running mate. But now that they've announced this,
There's all sorts of things that goes on at conventions.
Like what?
Well, there's the Rob Lowe thing last year.
Sure.
I'm sure there'll be more of that.
Live television.
There'll be more of
From
that.
New York. That enough would make you watch it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Now, didn't Al Gore admit that he inhaled when he smoked marijuana?
Yeah, I think that's what destroyed his campaign.
So, you got one guy that didn't inhale and one that did. So I guess it'll kind of balance the ticket.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
President Bush is in Helsinki, Finland today. They are talking about security in the new Europe. In fact, what is dominating that particular meeting is the strife in Yugoslavia. Looks like Columbia is heading for a landing today in Florida. Rain in California is preventing the shuttle from landing in Ed's Air Force Base. Where was another little rock and roller at Big Bear Lake yesterday? Another aftermath from those huge earthquakes that rumbled a couple of weeks ago. 13 people were injured.
Yeah, that's where my brother lives.
I know, Bob.
Oh, man.
I thought I'd bring that up. Makes you feel a little more comfortable, huh?
Guaranteed he probably laid a couple of more bricks yesterday.
Ooh. And also coming up at 7, we'll have story hearing started on the custody of a dinosaur in South Dakota. And the Navy investigator is in hot water over the tail hook probe. More on these stories coming up at 7.
Well, thank you,
All right,
Christy.
thank you, Christy.
Chick, do you have any sports there?
Well,
Play with our microphones here. Stop it.
I do have a vasectomy fun fact, if you'd like to.
A vasectomy fun fact.
Let's see. The first step in Bob's vasectomy will be step number 1. Bob's privates are prepped. Shaved.
Oh, you actually have the roster of today's...
Oh, yeah. We'll go down.
His privates are prepped.
Hairs at the incision sites are shaved. A dry prep will be used since wet hairs stick to everything.
Ooh.
So it's kind of a dry shave?
What? What?
Step number 2.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. The anesthesia.
All right.
It's a local. 1% lidocaine without epinephrine is used to numb the skin at the incision site. More anesthetic is injected around the vas.
Thank you.
I've got dibs on any leftovers.
Thanks, Ian.
Gee-many. Well, the All-Star lineup's been announced for the Major League All-Star game next Tuesday in San Diego. The American League, you got Kirby Puckett, Ken Griffey, and Jose Canseco in the outfield. At shortstop, Cal Ripken, Roberto Alomar. Third base, Wade Boggs.
Pretty obvious that San Diego's really stuffed the ballot box, haven't they?
Hey. Mark McGwire at first base.
Come on.
Catcher, Sandy Alomar Jr., manager, of course, Bobby Cox, or Tom Kelly of the American League, Bobby Cox in the National League. The National League starters, Andy Van Slyke, Tony Gwynn, and Barry Bonds in the outfield. Around the horn, you got Fred McGriff, the crime dog, at first base. Ryan Sandberg, your shortstop. Ryan Sandberg, your second baseman. Ozzie Smith, your shortstop. Terry Pendleton at third base, who booted a ball the other night for the Braves. It was very funny. And Benito Santiago behind the plate. Major League action from last night. Chicago beat the Reds 3-2 as the Cubs continue to try to fight Fay Vincent about switching from the Eastern Division to the Western Division. I guess
nothing like suing the commissioner.
Chick pointed out that I guess ESPN did a story.
ESPN they compared the Braves schedule and this year with the Cubs schedule this year.
Which is basically what would happen if the team switched
and then they
division.
Switched them, and I guess it would mean a difference of like 5 games that the Cubs will start later.
That's it?
This year. Yeah, 5 games.
So it's not
that's
that big of a deal.
That's what they're fighting about. No. Let's see. What else happened? The White Sox lost to Baltimore by a score of 5-3, and the Indians beat Denver 7-4, and I'm so preoccupied with this vasectomy. I think that's
can't go on.
No, we do have a prepared document.
Where did you get these things?
Dr.
Cordell. It's a handout that we got for your...
Why don't you hand this page to Bob, because it's a very official looking handout.
I've seen that. In fact, I saw that.
Could you read? See, it looks like a page of a medical textbook until read the careful. If you read the fine print, read number 3 there, Bob.
One medical textbook states.
Yeah.
Vasectomy should be reserved for well-motivated, emotionally stable individuals.
It says right there in the text.
I see.
My favorite part of the diagram is that it has the urinary tract there.
It shows the vas deferens.
And then it shows, and there's one thing labeled Big Jim.
and then it shows
one of the twins.
Yes, because we have decided that in order to keep in line with FCC regulations, we can't use certain words on the air, even though we are using these in a context that is a public service. Of course, today's entire show devoted to an adult surgical procedure in the interests of passing along information to the public. However, we have to refer to certain things in certain ways. Big Jim and the twins among them.
Yeah.
That's it's just funny to see them labeled as that in the context of a medical textbook. We will be continuing our show. This is the morning that Bob gets his vasectomy.
The Clip and Snip Show. I love it. Okay.
We have a special musical tribute. I think we probably will come back with that in just a second.
We have to take a quick break, and we'll come back at 6:30.
And now, back to Bob's Vasectomy. Live on Q95.
Oh, God.
Fabulous.
Is that the Ben Casey
That's
theme?
the Ben Casey theme.
Right.
Thank you, Ian.
Good morning.
It's the Bob and Tom Show. We are live this morning from a sort of secret location. We're in Dr. Steele's office. We've renamed Dr. Steele today. His actual name is Ron Steele, but today he's Rod Steele.
Dr. Rod Steele.
Dr. Rod Steele.
Oh, boy.
Frontier urologist.
Well, the painkillers are kicking in, boys.
Now, we should have...
Seeing
we should
colors
have
yet?
Ron, can you step over here? Dr. Steele has already given Bob something of an anesthetic. What have you given Bob?
He's taking the Darvocet.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Might take another one there.
He's got a bottle.
Hey, Ian, can you put some Lou Reed on?
I'm with you.
All right.
I got dibs on leftovers.
Okay.
What exactly is a Darvocet?
It's a painkiller or pain medication that's a little bit stronger than, say, Tylenol or Tylenol Extra Strength.
It's not a narcotic, though, is it?
Well, you have to use a prescription to get it.
So this is like rocking up some skag.
No.
Okay,
Just
now
lightheaded.
we should point out that
Would you chug a beer real
like
quick?
having a
right
couple
along with
beers, yeah.
now we should point out that Bob did not drive today.
No, I did not.
And he's not going to drive
And I'm
home.
not driving home either.
And how did you get here?
Thanks to the folks at Indy Connection Limousine.
Indy Connection. Today we're calling them Indy Disconnection Limousine, only because we will be disconnecting Bob's vas deferens a little bit later on.
That's right.
The doctor wearing scrubs also. I feel pretty cool. It's like I feel like he's one of my colleagues. Both Chick and I wearing full scrubs now.
Yeah.
And
We're ready.
We're pretty much ready. We'll begin the shaving procedure.
There he goes again.
See, this is all he's looking forward to is the actual shaving.
I guess, are we going to start shaving after the 7 o'clock news? Is that
right around then?
What's your time frame, Doctor? What time do you have to leave?
Well, I think the other office would like me by 9 o'clock or 9:30 anyway.
So we'll get things going about 7 or so.
Okay.
When's your tea time? I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
It wasn't. Not the offices. Would you guys leave him alone?
My other office, tea time. I mean.
No, I know you're a skier. Are you in fact a golfer, Doctor?
I try. I play a lot. I try to play a lot of golf, maybe once a week.
So it should be every Wednesday, no doubt.
Okay, well, so Bob has had the first phase of his procedure, which is the taking of the Darvocet, and then we'll be getting to the shaving.
Actually, we've already had he had to make sure I had 2 vas deferens, so we've already double-checked that. He says that
What do you mean?
sometimes guys will pull a quick one on him and send someone in to say, all right, this man needs to have a vasectomy, and all of a sudden he'll feel around for one testicle, and then he'll feel around for the other, and he can't find it, and he'll keep looking for it.
That's possible that you might...
And realize that the man doesn't have one. So.
He's Hitler. Oh, my God, it's Hitler.
Well, Herr Hitler.
I guess that's kind of what you call practical jokes amongst medical men. So...
yeah, nothing like a wacky doctor.
Yeah, you spend 20 minutes trying to find the right one, and it's really not there at all.
Practical jokes in urology. We've set up a camp. We thought it would be funny.
If we set him at it with none whatsoever.
Oh, well, we'll be getting to the gory details of Bob's vasectomy live on the air this morning. We do have some poetry we'll be reading. And I thought we would kick off this hour with a special tribute.
Oh, okay.
This is a special interview that we've conducted kind of in advance of Bob's procedure. Fire away, Ian.
Hi, Tom here at the scene of Bob Kavoyan's vasectomy. As we prepare for Bob's vasectomy, let's talk to the doctor. Doctor, I can't help but notice you've got a cocktail in your hand.
I ain't drunk. I'm just drinking.
That's great, Doctor. How would you describe the condition of your hands right now?
Shaking all
Okay. You're a funny guy, Doctor. I understand that you like to make your patients relax by actually naming your surgical tools. What is the name for the actual pair of scissors that will cut the vas deferens as you vasectomize Bob? Billy Shears. Of course. And why is it, Doctor, that you choose that instrument? The nurse is about to shave Bob prior to his vasectomy. Nurse, what's going through your mind as you shave Bob down there? And nurse, what are you using to prepare Bob for his shave? Bob, you're about to go under the knife. Do you have any messages for Tom, your broadcast partner?
Keep your hands to yourself.
Okay, Doctor. Are we ready to make the incision?
Oh, great.
Doctor, you have found the region. How would you describe it? Well, Doctor, that is awfully small. Is there anything you can do to make it appear larger? Doctor, please explain the vasectomy procedure to us. Bob, what form of birth control did you use prior to this procedure? The doctor has just applied the anesthesia to Bob's groin. Bob, how does it feel down there? The area is prepared. The doctor is about to start. Doctor, what do you find is the worst part of this procedure? The doctor is gripping Bob tightly.
Oh,
Bob,
boy.
How would you describe the feeling you're having right now? It appears the doctor is severing Bob's vas deferens. Bob, what's happening down there? Doctor, you've removed a very small amount of tissue. How much tissue in that area will Bob have left?
It won't be long.
Bob, the anesthesia seems to be wearing off. How do you feel right now?
Great balls of fire.
Bob, would you like to talk to the doctor?
Doctor, give me the news.
The doctor says he's finished. Bob, how do you feel?
Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be.
And Bob, what are you feeling right now?
They got the fire down below.
Doctor, if there are any problems with Bob, what will your reaction be?
We're so sorry.
Bob, if the operation is a failure, what will you be?
My best friend's gone.
Well, Bob, if you are a woman, what will you be doing next?
I'm going down for the last time.
The doctor says Bob's vasectomy was a total success. Doctor, it's hard for me to get to this. How will Bob be now that, what exactly, to what level will he be? How will he perform?
Like a rock.
The procedure's over and a total success. Congratulations, doctor. Congratulations, Bob. Bob, when you get home today, what is the first thing you're going to tell your son?
Papa's got a brand new bag.
Papa's got a brand new bag.
Oh, man. Thank you. Very kind.
Thank you very much. Very fine editing job by Dean Metcalf on that. A tribute to Bob's vasectomy. We're going to take a...
He needs a raise.
Yeah, who, Dean?
Yeah, he's working too hard.
So does Bob.
So do I.
But probably
Actually,
the wrong time.
it's trivia time here.
Is
It
it?
is trivia time.
It is
okay.
indeed.
We have a trivia prize package back there at the studios. I'm sure that Ian St. Ian will be happy to read that.
You bet.
Yeah, right, he will. Excuse me, King, if you could just look right over there.
It's trivia package number 1, King.
Morning trivia?
Right.
Morning
Yeah,
trivia
that's it.
number 1, King.
Do you want to read that prize package for us, King?
Sure do.
Sure.
You get a morning trivia. Here we go. 1-year membership to Don's Gun Shooting Range at 96 and Keystone. Lunch for 4 at CT Peppers next to the Vogue in Broad Ripple. A case of Pepsi. Check the Cash Book magazine for your tickets to summer fun. A free oil change from Mr. Goodwrench, partners in the Dale Earnhardt Care About Kids program. 2 passes to the Super Chevy Weekend at Indianapolis Raceway Park, Friday, July 17th through Sunday, July 19th. A pair of tickets to see Gallagher at Deer Creek Music Center, Saturday, July the 11th. Another great show brought to you by Miller Lite and Q95. And 4 VIP passes to the Vogue, where each Wednesday you can register to win a trip for 2 to Jamaica from American Transair and Seagram Schoolers. And a $50 gift certificate from Moyer & Company Fine Jewelers. Everything is 50% off this Thursday through Sunday. Moyer & Company is located at 116th Street and Keystone Avenue.
Thank you, King.
You're welcome.
A fine prize package indeed. And we'll give that away right now. I think we should do some kind of surgical or vasectomy-related trivia, don't you think so, Chick?
Yeah.
Vasectomy-related trivia.
Famous vasectomies in history. I can't really think of any.
I can't either. I can only think of former, dictator who lost one.
Wait a minute.
A medical question?
Oh, Tom has been handed a question there.
I'm not sure I can read this question on the air, though, actually. It's,
go ahead.
It's a little too technical.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Funny, but perhaps a little bit too technical.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
This is a good question, though. In the United States, within 5 percentage points, what percentage of newborn boys are circumcised? It's an interesting question.
What?
Yeah, Ritualistic circumcision, as an historical footnote, was practiced as long as 6,000 years ago in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
So, what percent of newborn boys in the United States are circumcised?
Now, you don't mean like what percent of the actual baby itself?
No,
Ian, you
no.
tool.
Yeah, that's the part.
Of newborn boys, approximately what percent are circumcised according to our statistics that we have here?
And
Within 5%.
And what percent would be circumcised if we could ask them if they wanted to be circumcised?
No.
Huh?
Just
Okay.
the percentage, please.
Okay.
Kind of a little bit of urinary
All right.
tract urology trivia, if you will, this morning.
239-1095, the number to call. We'll take a break, come right back at 6:45.
And you're listening to Bob and Tom, where Bob's gonna get an appendectomy. What? What? Oh, gross.
Q95.
Oh, fine. 6:49, you're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Today on Q95 Radio, and WNDE Radio. Bob Cavoyan is getting a vasectomy. We are currently in the waiting room of Dr. Ron Steele.
Right.
And it's a
About
fine
25 minutes away from, I guess,
fine waiting area. Looking at the
procedure, which is shaving.
Magazines and stuff. Yeah, we're preparing for the shaving of the actual area. We're right in the middle of a little competition right now, our trivia competition. In the United States, what percentage of newborn boys are circumcised? The correct answer, 80%.
Wow, that's a lot.
And Martha Tingle, is that correct?
Debbie Tingle.
Debbie
Yep.
Tingle.
She guessed 85, so I gave it to her.
Okay, and
Debbie Tingle.
And speaking of things that are going to tingle, Bob has already begun his procedure with what was the name of that medication you took? Darvocet.
Darvocet, yeah.
Okay, and you feel like you've had a couple cocktails?
Yeah. It's actually,
Really?
this is kind of nice.
I see.
Was that attack number one, Bob?
You know what, King? You would probably, you probably used to do this all the time, King.
I'd take a dosage like that and be like water off a duck's back to the king, baby.
Yeah, King.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think you were on pretty heavy stuff when you checked out, I believe.
Yeah, I used to take that Darvocet stuff, man. I used to take that with my orange juice in the morning.
I see.
You kind of were doing a narcotics greatest hits thing there at the end.
Boy, was
night.
he ever.
Yeah.
Now, the doctor is standing right next to me. What's the next phase? Will Bob be taking more oral medication, or is the next phase the, what's it called, topical, local anesthetic?
Yes, after he gets his IV narcotics, I think he's going to need it. I can tell he's getting a little shaky again. He may need 2 or 3 more of those.
Yes!
Yeah. Doing the prep, and then we'll use the topical anesthetic, which will be xylocaine, which is one of the most commonly used. And set up quite fast, and we'll begin the incisions.
Okay.
Now, does he get an intravenous feed also?
No, there'll be no IVs at all.
Just local.
Okay. How do you make sure that he can't feel any pain?
By sticking.
It's a big swift kick, I guess.
No, we test him. We test him with a little clamp to see if he can feel it or not.
A little
clamp.
Okay.
Bob, little helpful hit. Keep up that shaking routine.
Yeah. Look as nervous as you can, Bob.
Okay.
Bob is looking a little bit ghostly white.
Well,
I
actually
should
feeling pretty good.
I should explain. I am wearing full scrubs. I have the feet. I do have the headgear and the face mask.
Do you really?
I don't want to wear the face mask though, in case I vomit during the actual procedure.
You'll be moving out of the room when that happens. You'll be standing next to the door, by the way. Okay?
I will. I know.
Thank you.
Now, who will be doing the actual shaving? Will this be a attendant, a nurse, or will you be doing this, doctor?
I will get the pleasure. That'll be all mine.
Okay.
Now, will there be?
Apparently, you've shaved before. So now, was Barber College part of your
I had to go
training?
to Barber College for this.
Did you really?
I trained there. It took me 2 years to get through it, and it's only a week course.
Great.
Do you shampoo before you shave?
Oh no, quickly, totally dry.
Is it done with a standard household safety razor?
Hedge clippers. No, we use there'll be a safety razor.
Yeah, Bob loves the gags.
I know. It's like you wonder why I'm turning white. Oh boy.
Okay, well, we're preparing. I think we're going to be doing the shaving in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay, we're going to, I guess, play another one of your wacky tunes you guys have decided for today.
Okay, first I do want to...
this Darvocet is great.
Really?
I'm sorry.
And once again, thanks to Indy Connection Limousine Service, Bob will not be driving
No, I won't.
to or from this operation. So obviously, even though he's been taking these mild painkillers, he will not have any problems on the highway because he won't be driving. Our weather forecast from Chick.
Partly sunny, very warm, hot, humid, sticky, muggy, whatever else you want to throw in there.
Good day to be indoors, huh?
And it's not raining here where we are, but it could be raining where you are. 30% chance of thunderstorms. High today in the upper 80s. Thunderstorms likely tonight, low near 70. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. 50% chance for thunderstorms. High tomorrow in the middle 80s and currently like 78 degrees.
All right.
Ian, what do you got fired up there for Bob?
Right, another tune for Bob. Here we go, Bob. I know how much you like the Beatles, so here's a solo artist. Ringo Starr, It Don't Come Easy.
Or at all.
You're listening to Bob's Vasectomy. Live on Q95.
I like the hedge clippers. That's really nice. 6:56. You're with a man, woman, Earth, infinity. Yeah, you're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Good morning. We're broadcasting. If we sound a little bit distant, we are in fact out of the county.
Tom's just being himself. He sounds a little distant.
I know.
We are here today. We are gathered here today for Bob's vasectomy.
Yes.
Dr. Ron Steele has prepped Bob. Bob has taken a Darvocet and is pretty much pretty loose right now.
Well, I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Right, Bob.
Feel like you've popped a couple beers and
Had a couple of beers.
Sweet Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bob, were you given any instructions about food? Were you supposed to eat or not eat? Or
No, he said just since it's a local anesthetic that you can do whatever you want. He said I could have cocktails this morning if I wanted, but no need.
Mm-hmm.
The Darvocet's doing fine.
We're preparing for Bob's vasectomy. We're about 20 minutes away from the actual cleansing, shaving aspect of it, and then we get into the meat of the issue,
which we're literally,
we're really looking forward to. I can hear the king back at the station. King.
I'm just sitting here with my legs crossed, boys.
Me too, King.
Now, interestingly enough, we do have our associate with us, Dr. William Cordell, who is here to discuss some of the aspects of the vasectomy. And, Doctor, you've given us some notes. I notice here that over a lifetime, the average man produces how many sperm cells?
A shocking 12 trillion sperm cells.
Wow.
Yes.
That's almost as much as our national debt, isn't it?
Yes, almost.
Wow.
12 trillion sperm cells. That is just staggering.
In an average lifetime? You bet it's a lot of protein.
Now, what will happen to these cells after the vas deferens have been severed? Where do they go? Does the body still manufacture the sperm cells?
The sperm is still manufactured, but the body just absorbs them because there's no place for those spunky little critters to go.
You mean he can knock himself up?
It just
Nick.
absorbs them.
I could grow a tail, though.
I heard tell of that in West Virginia one time.
Yeah, me too. He jumped into a pond and swam away,
That's
didn't
right, yeah.
Does the body sweat them out or something?
No, they just, since there's no place to go, they just die and wither.
Well, doesn't he take on kind of a
Sounds like my career.
pale color, though? It's kinda,
I don't know.
yeah.
Well, this is very fascinating. 12 trillion now. So I assume this is assuming an average lifespan of some 75 years or so. So Bob's probably over the 6 trillion mark already.
It'd be like a McDonald's sign for Bob.
Over 6 trillion spilt.
And remember, you can never have enough Kleenex.
Bob's been pretty successful, though. He's found homes for 3 million of them.
That's true.
Nick, go put a big 1 on the chalkboard.
That adds the one I got last June.
That's great. Well, this is just kind of interesting, reading about some of the aspects of the area under consideration.
Under construction?
Yeah. Now, when we get to the actual event, Doctor, will Bob's groin area be placed in some kind of a holding device?
A sling?
Is that what you're getting at?
Maybe I should ask the doctors who can perform the surgery. Dr. Steele, could you step over here for just one moment? When we get to the actual procedure, will Bob's groin area be placed into some kind of clamp or holding device?
You mean during or after?
During.
During the procedure, we have a special little tool called the vas clamp.
The vas clamp. Now, is this something I could go to the hardware store and pick up?
Black & Decker makes that, don't they? The vas clamp?
That sounds like a wrestling hole.
It does.
I had him in the vas clamp. And
Norm, hand me the vas.
About $2, but you buy it from medical supply, it may cost you $100.
Yeah, probably.
So there's actually a special apparatus to hold the area under which we'll be dealing with the surgical procedure.
It's specifically made for the vas. It's blunt-ended in the opposed, just behind the vas.
I'd like to get a look at that if I could.
Now, does some guy come by and sell you that? Is there like some guy that comes through?
Yeah, who's
and,
the vas clamp salesman?
Yeah, what kind of a gig is that?
Tell you what I'm going to do.
Tell you, I got you a deal today.
Little lady?
Well, I've been all over town, and you're my last stop today.
Buy 2 vas clamps, get an electric thermometer free, okay?
Looks like the kind of guy that can recognize a quality vas clamp.
Indeed.
Look at that. Is there more than one manufacturer of this item?
Oh, I'm sure there are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who do you suppose patented this? Was it probably some urologist way back that had the idea, or was it some inventor who was looking for something to do? And
I think it was Edward Scissorhands.
One of those unintentional discoveries that show up. Yeah.
Bob, you're in big trouble with the doctor
indeed.
making jokes like that.
I know.
Well, didn't they used to, back in the dark ages, doctor, just nail it to a board? A couple of 10-penny nails.
There we go.
Hold still. Well, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with the news. Then we're going to begin Bob's Vasectomy after the 7 o'clock news. Our weather forecast, again, a very warm day today. Humid, toasty, 30% chance for thunderstorms, highs in the upper 80s. We'll have Christy Lee News, Chick McGee Sports up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Bob's Vasectomy. Live on Q95.
706 WFBQ WNDE Indianapolis. Here with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
That was the doctor just trying to start that fast clamp up.
I didn't realize it was powered.
It's a 2-cycle. Yeah.
Got to mix
It's a
the oil and the water.
two-stroke.
Gas.
Don't forget to add the oil. This is very interesting today. Bob is getting his vasectomy. If we sound like we're a little distant, once again, we are broadcasting via our special microwave unit. Back at our Fall Creek studios, we have Christy Lee and the King and Ian St. Ian. Good morning, everybody.
Right.
And Chick McGee and Tom here, along with Bob. Bob has been prepped by the doctor. He's been checked and is currently
Ready to go.
waiting for the anesthesia, the mild Darvocet to kick in, and
It's definitely kicked in.
we'll do the we'll begin the shaving and the prepping in about 15 minutes. Right now, it's time for some news headlines. The news this morning is sponsored. Christy.
News is sponsored by the King. Can do that.
News is sponsored by Las Vegas Discount Golf and Tennis.
Oh, I love those guys. On 82nd
Of all
Street.
days for them to
between,
sponsor.
Yeah. Have you got an old set of irons or woods? Want to get rid of them? Trade-ins are being accepted on Pro-Line models only. Limit one used set per new set purchased. Come in and say, Bob shoot blanks and get a free sleeve of St. Andrews.
Is that right?
That's at Las Vegas Discount Golf and Tennis. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much.
Don't forget, bring in your own cat, and they'll restring your racket.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, for the same price.
While you wait.
Sure they will. Well, thanks to Las Vegas Discount Golf and Tennis. What are we supposed to say when you go in there for the special discount?
Bob shoots blanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you very much, King.
Doug and Jeff.
It is time now to check in with the news. First off, a weather forecast. Today, very warm, humid, a 30% chance for thunderstorms, highs in the upper 80s. Christy?
Good morning. Well, the Space Shuttle Columbia has landed at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, ending a record 14-day mission. Columbia swept through a clear Florida sky for its homecoming this morning. The 7 astronauts had been in space for 2 weeks on NASA's longest shuttle flight. Oh, I bet they smelled good when they came off, don't you think?
Well, don't they have showers and
No,
stuff?
they don't.
No, they have those showers with a vacuum that they can suck the water off their
Remember,
body.
we
Yeah.
did that story earlier, and it said that they did not have a shower or a bathtub on board.
Oh.
That's what one of the commanders said, because he couldn't wait to have a hot bath when he got back.
Commander Douche.
Yeah. Spaceship touched down at 7:42 Eastern Time, 6:42 Indianapolis time, rolled to a stop, slowed by the new red, white, and blue drag chute.
Okay.
Hello.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to really upset anyone.
Sound of that drag chute.
Bob, you okay?
I think I'm okay.
Is he grounded?
Yeah, I am, I believe.
It looks like the Democrats will be fielding an all-Southern ticket. Bill Clinton has asked Tennessee Senator Albert Gore to be his running mate. Gore has accepted. He will be in Little Rock, Arkansas for a noon announcement. Indiana Senator Lee Hamilton, who interviewed for the job, is happy with that decision.
I think he's a marvelous choice. He's a superb senator. I think it'll be a very strong ticket. I will support it enthusiastically.
Would you mind stepping away from the birdcage? Actually, it's a real balanced ticket because apparently Gore admitted he smoked marijuana, but he claimed he inhaled. So now they have the guy that didn't inhale and the inhaler.
The guy who did, so.
Gore was an unsuccessful candidate for the Democratic nomination back in 1988.
Isn't his wife Tipper?
Tipper Gore, that's Miss Non-Music.
Yeah, she's one that hates rock and roll.
Right.
She's the one who want to censor, I guess, all the
That's her.
lyrics and stuff.
That'll balance the ticket.
Yeah.
You bet.
And they're trying to appeal to baby boomers, too, huh? Well, The ad man who made Willie Horton a political minefield for Michael Dukakis has his sights set now on Bill Clinton. Floyd Brown plans to revive the Jennifer Flowers scandal by advertising a phone number that you can call to hear intimate conversations of Flowers and Clinton.
Do you have the number?
They haven't. No, they didn't release it.
Well, that's good because
it'll be a 900 number.
Oh, definitely.
We have a song half written about Jennifer Flowers. Now we can bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ad starts.
In case of any problems, Bob, do you want to be an organ donor?
No.
It's just a formality.
No.
Bob.
No.
Just asking. Is kind of a rare transplant thing they're trying to do to some poor baboon in Pittsburgh.
At least 16 people were injured in the strong aftershock that rocked quake-ravaged Big Bear Lake in California. 5.4 is what it registered, knocked homes off foundations, triggered fires, ruptured gas and water pipelines, and downed power lines.
Please don't use the word rupture on today's show.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez.
Last night's shaker was centered near Big Bear and was an aftershock of the quake on June 28th. The Navy confirms that a civilian investigator who was looking into the tailhook sex abuse scandal was himself disciplined for poor judgment. One of the women involved in the incident, Navy Lieutenant Paula Coughlin, complained that the investigator pressured her to date him. Coughlin also accused the Naval Investigative Service agent of calling her sweet cakes while she reviewed photos trying to identify those who had assaulted her. The Navy suspended the gentleman without pay for 3 days. He calls the conduct considered to be a matter of poor judgment. Local news, Mike Tyson will get some support today from Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan and New York civil rights activist Reverend Al Sharpton. The two outspoken men are going to attend a rally here in Indy sponsored by a coalition to free Tyson. Yesterday, his attorney Alan Dershowitz filed a petition seeking a new trial for Mike. Michael Lee Gradison has resigned as president of the Indiana Civil Liberties Union after serving the organization for 22 years.
Jeez.
Gradison announced he'll miss working for the civil rights group. Apparently, recent changes at the ICLU meant he simply couldn't do his job the way he had for the past 9 years. Michael Gradison is a staple on television and
nice
radio.
Guy, too.
Yeah, really a nice guy. Powerball numbers drawn last night, 9, 25, 28, 35, 43. The Powerball number, 13. Hope it was your lucky one. Could be worth $2 million. Just ahead of sports, we have thunderstorms lurking in the forecast. Partly sunny skies today and a high of 88. A custody battle is brewing in South Dakota to determine temporary custody of Sue. She's billed as the largest and most complete Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton ever found. The fossil has been seized by the federal government. Apparently, a private company paid an Indian rancher $5,000 for Sue, but a U.S. attorney says the government owns the 65-million-year-old skeleton because the company's been the subject of a criminal investigation and because Sue was found on federal land.
Oh, brother. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Way to go. Our government at work.
Time for sports?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sports fans. Bob, Tom, Christy, King.
Chick.
Chick. Well, let's see. The National League and American League All-Star lineups were announced for Tuesday's All-Star game at Jack Murphy in San Diego. First base, Mark McGwire in the American League, Fred McGriff, the National League. Second base, Roberto Alomar of the American League and Rhino Sandberg of the Cubs. Shortstop, Cal Ripken of the Orioles. Ozzie Smith for the National League of the Cardinals. And third base, Wade Boggs for the American League, Terry Pendleton for the National League. The outfield, Kirby Puckett, Ken Griffey, and Jose Canseco for the American League. Andy Van Slyke, Tony Gwynn, and Barry Bonds for the National League. Catcher.
Announce the pitchers today, is that it?
Announce the pitchers today. Catcher, Sandy Malamar Jr. for the Indians. And
Alomar.
I love that. Malamar. It's a cookie.
Alomar.
It's a cookie.
Alomar.
I'm sorry. And Benito Santiago for the Padres, of
Are
course.
they neighbors?
Yes, they are neighbors. As a matter of fact, they live down the canyon from each other. Gee-many. And by the way, the unbelievable shrewdness of the fans for voting for the players for the All-Star game. Benito Santiago, the starter for the Padres, he's been on the disabled list while recovering from a broken finger.
Oh, good.
He won't be able to.
See, that's just the Padres stuff in the ballot box.
He's on a rehab assignment. Elsewhere in Major League Baseball, National League scores yesterday. Chicago beat Cincinnati 3-2. Frisco beat Philly 4-3. Yet another doubleheader between the Dodgers and the Expos. They split. Dodgers won the first one 1-0. Expos tonight capped 4-1. Houston beat Pittsburgh 3-2. Atlanta 2. New York 1. And St. Louis beat San Diego 1-0. Minnesota beat New York 3-2. Toronto 6. Seattle 0. Cleveland 8. California 4. Detroit beat Oakland 6-3. Boston 5. Kansas City 4. Milwaukee beat Texas 4-3. And Baltimore beat the White Sox 5-3. And the Indians beat Denver last night by a score of 7-4. You know, sports this morning brought to you by
the
Peppermint Twist.
My close personal friends at the Peppermint Twist, and here's the king to tell you more.
You know, you don't have to go out in the middle of the week just to get a good deal on a great meal anymore. Friday night, get your table reserved for the Peppermint Twist ribeye steak and dollar drink special. A mere $4.95 gets you a steak dinner, and $1 gets you drinks until Jimmy Jam takes the stage at 10 o'clock. Friday night, dollar drinks and $4.95 steaks at the Peppermint Twist. Call 78-TWIST for more details.
Hey, King?
Yeah, man.
Look up at the top of the board there. Is there an announcement about a special show at the Twist?
Molly,
the 17th of
Molly
July?
Hatchet.
Yeah,
Pat
Molly
Travers.
Hatchet.
What does that say, Christy?
It says Molly Hatchet and Pat Travers absolutely free in the
Yes, it
Peppermint
does.
Twist parking lot Friday night, my birthday, July 17th. I'm glad you guys are throwing me a party. That was so sweet of you.
You bet.
Got to be 21 and over, but it's going to be a hell of a good time.
That's at the Twist. Thank you, Twist.
Starts at dusk.
Before we get back to your, well, I'll tell you what. I got a special thing I want to do right after your sports, chick.
All righty, couple NFL notes. The Indianapolis Colts waived running back Tim Manoa. Bye.
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 See
See you, Tim.
Never
Good luck.
signed his sorry ass in the first place. And,
Chick.
and the Minnesota Vikings continue their rebuilding plan, releasing former Pro Bowl quarterback Wade Wilson. And that's sports.
It
Thank
is.
you, chick.
Now who's going to mix the drinks in the clubhouse?
I don't know.
They're going to have to hire a bartender. Tom?
Well, next season you can expect to see a lot of Native American programming on the Turner Network.
I read about that.
You know, Ted Turner is now
Right.
he's hooked up to Jane Fonda.
Now they're doing this political correctness after the Braves.
you know, very politically
tomahawk chop.
very politically correct guy after the Braves. Cashed in with the tomahawk chop.
Yeah.
Native American life has long been of interest to Ted Turner. Almost every outlet he owns will be doing some kind of project to, quote, tell the Native American story. So that's certainly, I think, a nice thing to do. TBS will air a 6-hour documentary on Native American myths and cultures, and CNN will produce a 20-part series dealing with the current history of Native American life. There are also going to be some, drama shows that are just being put together now that I happen to have kind of an early line on that'll be featured on the Turner Networks. For example, Murder, She Smoke Signaled. Would be a good one. There's a new made for...
Chick liked that one.
I like that one, yeah.
There's a new made-for-TV movie. It's called My Left Blackfoot.
Yeah.
It's kind of about an Englishman who gets involved with
a liberal.
Right, okay. Married with Wolves. This should be a great show.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Married with Papoopas.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be one of the soap operas, King. It's called All My Papooses.
Oh, yeah?
Oh man, the first American Indian soap opera. A great home improvement show.
Which is?
It's going to be called This Old Teepee, which will be just some great viewing. And then Scalp Trek, the next generation. And finally, Jake and the Fat Brave. So just some great TV to see.
No kidding.
Coming up on TBS next year. We're a few minutes away.
Well, Tom, wasn't there also one of those fine medical shows?
Oh, what was it called?
Marcus Welby, Medicine Man.
Of course. MM.
I love that show.
That is a great show. We're a few minutes away from starting Bob's Vasectomy. Bob, how you feeling?
Kind of queasy. Yeah, actually, not queasy.
He is so high right
wheezy,
now.
I guess.
Yeah.
Woo, I am so high right now.
Bob has had a Darvocet.
Wow, one Darvocet and it does that to you, Bob. I'm impressed.
Minister, did you have any breakfast at all this morning?
No.
Ooh.
So would this be metabolizing quickly then? So Bob's feeling a little bit queasy. Okay, the doctors
Rock and
are
roll.
here. We are about to go.
Party!
And Bob begins.
Got any mountain back there, man?
Begin Bob's vasectomy.
Tom, we did dig up some old dinos that referred to vasectomies. Would you like to hear one of those?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
You didn't ask Bob and I if we wanted to hear of any Dino.
Well, I know
He knows better.
I knew who liked them. Here we go.
Almost. cut my
Vas deferens.
It happened just the other day.
David Crosby and his tribute to the vasectomy. Now, don't we have a song, some old Limelighters piece called The Vasectomy?
Yes, we do. Someone whose name slips me at the moment sent us this.
There's a song called The Vasectomy.
This is an older tune.
Are you kidding?
We've actually been sent about 3 songs.
I can't believe that.
One by a band called Fill in the Blanks, which we were unable to air.
I like that.
A song that discusses the subject rarely mentioned in folk music. Minor surgery.
Nice tune.
Well, I went to see my doctor. I said, Doc, I can't pay my bills. The rent's all spent, the truck's got a dent, and I think I'm getting the chills from being forced to sleep alone. You see, this house just ain't no home. I can't afford no kids, my life is on the skids, 'cause my woman says leave me alone. Unless you get a vasectomy, you ought to get a vasectomy. Just one little male alteration can keep us from another altercation. Get a vasectomy, you ought to get a vasectomy. Oh, what a vas deferens there could be. Well, the next thing I know, I'm laying on the table with a light shining in my eyes. They strap my wrists, they strap my ankles, and they double strap my thighs. The nurses were a-giggling and I was a-wiggling, most uncomfortably, when the doc walked in with a perverted grin. And here's what he said to me. It only hurts for a little while. That's what they tell me. That's what they say. Oy, oh, ay, oh. Well, it's 2 weeks later and I feel a little better. My mind is more at ease. The rent's still spent, the truck's got a dent, but my woman's no longer a tease. And even down at the office, there is a lot more interest in me. The girls all grin when I walk in, and brother, they mean to please the man with a vasectomy. You ought to get a vasectomy. Like a fun-kissed orange, I've been squeezed, 'cause it's all juice and there's no seed. With a vasectomy, you ought to get a vasectomy. Oh, what a vas deferens. It's beginning to make a little sense. Oh, what a vas deferens. They're good. Here's the part that I like the most. It takes the danger out of being close. Oh, what a vas deferens. They're good. They snip those little suckers right in two, and they clamp them off with super glue. Oh, what a vas deferens there could be.
Q95 and
The Limelighters.
Huh?
I didn't think we'd be firing up much Limelighters.
Never would have dreamed it.
A tribute to the vasectomy. Today's Bob's Vasectomy. In fact, we're going to take a short break.
Yeah.
I guess move into the office.
We're going to come back and begin the procedure as Bob gets, is vasectomized the correct term? Clipped.
See, that sounds so
formal.
Formal. It sounds so. It sounds hideous.
It sounds so final.
Tom, you know what's going to happen? The shaving's going to start.
I'm totally. We're
You're
coming
psyched, aren't
We're the only thing Tom really cares about. Is the
We're
shaving.
coming back with the bathing and the shaving.
All right. Well, we'll take a break at 7:24.
Bob's Vasectomy. Live on Q95.
Good morning. It's the Bob and Tom Show on Q95. Chick and I are actually in the operating theater now, along with Dr. Steele. Also assisting today, Dr.
Bob has his hospital gown on.
Bob has just changed to his hospital. Dr. Bill Cordell is assisting us this morning. Dr. Ron Steele will be performing the surgery. Chick and I are now...
Come on in here, Tom. Come on in.
We're in the room and playing with the gadgets. Now, let me just describe the scene. This is a small room, probably, I don't know, I'd say 10 feet by 15 feet.
Rubber gloves.
Bob is lying down wearing little socks, and his hairy legs are poking out of a lovely little nightgown. Bob has left his Dodger cap on, which is very appropriate. Okay, now
Bob is being fit with a sportscaster's headphone mic.
Okay, now see if it works.
Hi, this is Kurt Gowdy.
Oh, Bob, we can hear you
Hello
great.
again, everybody.
Is that right? Okay.
There you go.
The doctor's implements and tools. Boy, there sure are a lot of pairs of scissors up there, Chick.
Certainly are. What do
Don't
we have
touch
up here?
anything.
No,
Don't
I
touch
won't.
anything.
Don't, Chick, those are
Chick,
sterilized.
Chick, get away from the sterilized
Get away
stuff.
from that stuff. If I get
Okay.
infected, it's your fault and I'll sue.
Would you get over here, Chick? This is our side of the room.
Okay.
Okay.
The doctor.
Actually,
The doctor is about to enter the room. Bob, are you
Actually-
prepared to meet Dr. Steele again?
Yeah, why?
Okay, so the doctor has come in, and he is...
He's got golf shoes on, knickers,
and
what
he,
the hell?
and he is wearing
We
a
can't describe. It's kind of like a Groucho nose glasses, but
Groucho
the nose,
glasses that are somewhat
the
modified.
nose is a little longer.
Yeah,
Thank you, Doctor.
it's a nose that looks like Big Jim, as a matter of fact.
And the twins.
Well, I think we should begin with the first phase of
Oh,
this before
man.
we take our next break. I think we should perhaps get on with things. And the doctor, is the first step the shaving preparation?
First step is really to check the weather. I got to get this golf match over with. I was so embarrassed and they told everybody I missed a 6-inch putt. I know the difference between 3 inches and 6 inches. I'm sure I'm going to find out real fast.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Now, Bob is lying on the surgical table. What is the? Is there a special name for this table, Dr. Cordell? No. Okay. This is just an ordinary.
Probably examination
Standard
table.
office, examination answer.
Okay. Okay. Now, will he remain in the prone position?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, through the whole procedure.
Okay, he's on his back. Actually, that's not the prone position. He's lying down. Okay, well, go ahead, doctor, and begin. We'll just do the play-by-play as you.
You have to close the doors. No
Doctor's,
cameras, please.
Turning
As
the
you
lights
proceed.
on.
Okay, the cameras have exited.
Okay.
And the doors being...
The table is being raised. What's that doing, Bob?
Well, all of a sudden it's worn off.
There's a huge spotlight, much like at a movie premiere, on Bob's groin right now.
And we have some background music. I believe it's
Steam, hey, hey, goodbye.
Hey. Goodbye. Huh?
Goodbye. Are you getting a little comfortable there, Bob? It looks a little more comfortable now.
A little more comfortable now.
Let me just describe the tray, Chick, that has the surgical instruments on it. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things that appear to be scissor-like devices. And what looks like is that surgical thread there for the
surgical thread on the table over there, Dr. Cordell?
Yes, it is.
Now, does that thread just melt away when the procedure's...
That's chromic suture, which will dissolve in 7 to 10 days.
Okay.
I see. And how much did that answer to that question cost us for a medical fee?
Well, let's see. It's $100.
The doctor has taken out a gigantic set of pruning shears.
Oh, God. I hope not.
He actually
This guy came prepared, didn't he?
He had the shears. Okay.
Now, Bob is about to get his vasectomy once again. We're live on Q95 Radio. Woo! Oh, dear God.
Oh, my God.
The area.
Turn the cameras off.
The area has been exposed, and I would like to pause and express a few thoughts if I could.
Oh, God.
The doctor is holding a razor blade and focusing a light on Bob's groin area.
Pretty warm, actually.
And the shaving has begun.
He has carefully moved certain...
Yes, he's shaving Bob in the area. Dry shaving, I might add.
And rather quickly.
Doctor, how much is it for just the shave and the wash?
Well, if you do it without the shampoo, it's $5. If you do the total, it's $15.
Okay, thank you.
Does anyone ever come in just for the shave and then go
left?
They want to write off to insurance.
I see. Okay.
Right.
Well, give the doctor plenty of room here, Chick. This is a very delicate portion of the procedure.
Please.
He's very adept, very nimble at shaving. Kind of the backhand technique, Bob. I know you can't see from where you're.
Now, Bob, how long has it been since you've had your mustache? What, since high school?
Yeah.
You have had a
1969.
So Bob has had that hair in his lip since 1969. I would imagine that the hair being shaved off right now, you've probably had
at least another 5 or 6 years.
since the early 60s.
Yeah.
You know, it just struck me. We're standing here having a a conversation and Bob's groin's exposed.
While my groin is exposed and being shaved.
Shaved.
I saw
Paint it green.
Yes. I saw something like this in a book once with some bikers. It was kind of a different thing.
This is a very unusual sensation that I'm feeling right now. Trust me.
The nurse has a hammer-like object. I'm not sure what that's all about.
Please don't make me laugh. I hate to jiggle the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Once again, you're live on Q95 Radio. This is Bob Kavoyan's vasectomy. Dr. Steele is currently shaving Bob's pelvic area, I believe.
Can you do it in a mohawk?
The doctor is suggesting that he put Bob's initials actually in the...
maybe an LA logo down there.
Yeah, now Bob also, later on this year, doctor, is considering getting a tattoo. This would certainly be...
Definitely not in the area we're working with right now.
Dr. Cordell is here assisting us with our broadcast, doing the color, if you will. Doctor, I can't help but notice that one side is somewhat larger than the other. Is this normal in the male of the human species?
Yeah, one of the twins.
Right.
For FCC purposes.
Right.
Is larger and one hangs lower.
So that's standard.
Yes.
I see.
Now, is what we're seeing there goosebumps, Doctor?
So can you tell if I'm left or
the
right-handed?
chicken flesh.
Now, is there any correspondence between the actual hanging and the left or right-handedness of an individual? Has that ever been determined or studied for that
I'd
matter?
have to defer to Dr. Steele on that.
He says that is a no. The doctor is now doing he's flipped the razor over and is doing an even closer shave.
You mentioned tattoos. One of my all-time favorite tattoos was at the VA hospital here in the city. One fellow had a question mark tattooed on Big Jim, and the nurses observed that they wondered if it became an exclamation point later on.
I see. That must have been very painful. Well, is the shaving completed, Doctor?
The shave is done.
Oh, boy.
The shave is done. Okay, the doctor is now putting on a pair of...
surgical gloves.
Chick, did they prepare you for this in broadcast school back in Troy, Ohio in the early days?
I cannot believe that's unbelievable. We're standing here and
it's kind of a hot human day today.
It's Safety Sam, and there's no way you can take your eyes off it, can you? I mean, you look around the room, but they always come back to the fact that Bob is nude from the waist down. And
now Bob is currently getting a bath.
That's warm.
What is the fluid there, Doctor?
It's a sterilizing solution.
A sterilizing solution. Any particular brand name you want to plug in the air?
What does it say?
You want to get a free case of it or something?
HIPAA-Cleanse.
HIPAA-Cleanse? HIPAA-Cleanse, okay. And this is just a sterile solution. Is this a standard medical solution, Dr. Cordell?
Yes.
And it's being applied with a large cotton swab.
I can see that Bob's starting to enjoy this prep quite a bit.
Is that right?
Between Miss B and this, it's getting a little out of hand. Nurse, will you give him the treatment for this enjoyment that he's having?
Wait a minute.
The nurse has pulled out a large hammer object. You love it when the doctor and the nurses are doing bits.
Bob, is that a mole there on your waist right there? Yeah.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Might as well have that removed while you're at it, Bob.
Hey, go for it.
Yeah, why not?
Well, they have... Bob is pretty much bald right now in that area.
Well,
shall we here and after refer to him as Kojak?
All of a sudden, Bob, I feel much closer to you.
Is that right? Thanks, Chick. Oh, boy.
Going to Barcelona with you. This is knowing this beforehand. It's going to make our trip more enjoyable, if you know what I mean.
Doctor, you don't have to shave the area above the...
No.
Okay, because see, that would have been really humiliating and a lot more fun for us.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it didn't get that far.
Okay, the doctor is now, he's now covered Bob up. Do we have a good time? Is this a good time for a short break?
I think so.
Okay, Bob is having his wound dressed, although there's actually been no...
There's no hat or suit or pants on it. No, it's
just a series of towels.
Well, we'll take a quick break and come right back.
Okay, it's
7:38.
Music here?
No, I'll play a quick.
Let's play a song and come back with the actual sharp tools.
No, play the commercials right here, Ian. If you would please, we'll come right back at 7:38.
Okay, once again, this is
Bob's, always prepared.
Bob's Vasectomy live on the radio. Looking at Kojak.
Yes, there he is.
Well,
great.
See, now all of a sudden it's all prepared and, oh, how did it do that? Oh, my gosh.
Is it doing tricks?
It's doing tricks. It looks like a sea anemone shrinking.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. My life has changed forever from this point forward.
Bob, I don't know how you do that trick, but that is a beauty.
That's a party trick if I've ever seen one.
Now, wait a second. Before you take the break, the doctor has just put a series of towels over Bob and a large sheet that covers most of Bob's body with a hole about the size of a softball in the middle. So all that we see is Bob's head and his sac area.
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of this sheet, Doctor? Is this specifically for this kind of surgery? Do you have any idea?
No, it's just a small aperture sheet.
It's a poncho.
Just in case there's rain.
It looks like a poncho for someone with a very small head. It's called an aperture sheet?
It's a small aperture opening, so you can operate on the area that you need. It just gives you an accessibility, and it hides the other areas that you're...
Okay, we certainly didn't want to look at Bob's feet when we have an opportunity like this to look at his groin.
Yeah.
Are we ready to take a short break and come right back with more of Bob's vasectomy?
Let's do that. It's 7:40.
Let me set the scene here. We are at the offices.
I'm glad you guys have made this so easy and smooth for me.
We are at the offices of Dr. Ron Steele. Bob is just about to begin the actual flesh-breaking portion of the vasectomy.
Oh, gee, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Well, yeah, we've already started.
We're about to start the local.
Bob, if people are just tuning in, there are two things they want. They want a weather forecast.
All right,
it's going to be hot, humid, and...
But also one of the things we're doing is kind of a public service for guys who might be thinking of a vasectomy, not to scare the hell out of them so they never come back and do it again, you see?
Right, and I just wanted to say, for those that just woke up, they've missed the shaving parts, that they've missed the best part. We'll be playing that as one of our highlights over the weekend. We do have a special guest before we get to the actual cutting. Peter?
I'm Sid
Bob.
Gurney.
Peter.
Male
Thanks,
nurse.
Pete.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Sid Gurney is going to be
Can we get on with this?
Okay, let's just move on.
Thanks.
Doctor, go ahead, and we'll just describe what's happening.
Can you ask questions or requests?
No, I'm fine. I'm ready to roll.
Okay, he's ready to roll.
Blindfold, please. Not the patient for me.
The blindfold. Oh, God.
Okay, the doctor is
We're going to
proceeding,
fill for the vas.
looking for the vas deferens.
And as soon as we find it, we will bring it to the surface.
The doctor appears to have found it, and
we have it. Now, you're going to feel a little bee sting.
The doctor is about to give Bob a little shot. This is apparently the anesthetic. Is that correct, Doctor?
1% xylocaine, a short act.
Okay, so the doctor has inserted a small needle into the area. And, Chick, you doing okay over there?
Yeah, I'm almost too close.
Bob appears to be doing fine. A little bit of pain there, as the doctor has given Bob a anesthetic in the area. This is the local anesthetic.
He became quite silent at this point. I want you to know.
It's a male thing.
It's kind of an unnatural thing, seeing
It is kind of an unnatural thing, isn't it?
Feeling a little bit numb there, Bob? Once again, this is Bob's Vasectomy live on Q95 Radio. I feel like I'm at a golf tournament.
Well,
you kind of have to speak in a stage whisper.
I'd kind of appreciate it if you did that. No yelling, please.
Okay, we're trying to keep a decorum here. This is a surgical procedure, an outpatient procedure.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Do you feel anything sharp?
Anything sharp right now?
Okay, you're going to feel a lot of pressure.
I feel pressure. I feel a little something sharp.
Good. Not too bad?
Not too bad.
Okay, it may feel a little bit as we close the clamp around the vas.
Okay.
Okay, that's usually the worst part.
This is the vas clamp we were hearing about earlier. It looks like a pair of scissors. The doctor is now making
an incision.
He's making the incision right over the vas.
I don't feel a thing.
God,
describe what's happening, Dr. Cordell.
He's trying to, he's cutting through the skin. He's going to go and isolate out the vas, which is our cocktail drinking straw.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the vas is a tube. This delivers the seed, if you will. The doctor is exposing the vas. It's white.
Picture the testicles being Saudi Arabia. The vas is the oil pipeline that ships it to the Gulf.
I see. Now, there is a metaphor that really speaks to me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's virtually no blood at all. Is the vas out yet, Doctor?
No, we're trying to isolate it separately now.
He's going to have to cut through several superficial layers to isolate it.
Okay, I can see it out now. It looks like a cocktail straw, bent in two. Bob, feeling any pain at all?
No, don't feel a thing.
Okay. Is our description bothering you at all?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, and the nurse is helping with the doctor, of course, wearing these sterile gloves. And a couple of, it looks like a couple of pairs of scissors hanging out of Bob's groin area, holding everything in place.
He's dissecting around the vase. He's going to clamp it at 2 points.
Now, what's in the vase right now? Is there probably fluid in there? Is that normal?
We're just about to find out.
Okay, so he's clamping off the vase at 2 points.
Now, will it be like a geyser?
Stand back, guys.
Okay. Is the doctor severing the vase? I can't see from here.
Yes, he is. He says he is, yes.
Okay, so the vase is now severed in 2 places.
And there it is. It looks a little bit like elbow macaroni.
It does. It looks like a small piece of elbow macaroni. Now, doctor, I know you have to save that. Is that correct?
Yes. That will go to pathology for a biopsy specimen.
Why?
Money.
Insurance purposes.
Is it just a procedural?
It's a law, isn't it?
It's a law or something?
It's just to confirm that it is the vase that was taken out.
Okay. So now we have...
What the hell else could it be, Dr. Cordell?
We now have the other 2 ends of the vase. The doctor is inserting a needle.
The needle, he's going to tie the ends, the 2 split ends now of the vase, and tie them off, and then he's going to tuck it back in so that there's no chance this will ever open up again.
Okay, now, so he's sewing shut one end of the vas deferens. Just looks like he's just on one stitch there. What's the name of this stitch?
That's a chromic stitch.
It's a cross stitch, Tom. Well, we use it in
what is it, Doctor?
Half hitch? What was it?
A chromic stitch. It's absorbable. It's a synthetic stitch.
What kind of knot did you make?
Just a surgeon's knot.
A surgeon's knot. Okay, so it wasn't like a half hitch or a square knot. Or, okay.
Will you guys leave the doctor? Oh, my God.
Bob, what's happened to your voice?
I don't know. Oh, this is really funny.
Bob, your voice seems higher somehow.
It
Tom,
does, doesn't it?
Tom, is your voice still normal?
My voice is fine. Oh, that was a great gag.
Oh, very funny. This is the best.
Bob, are you still not feeling anything at all?
No, I don't feel a thing.
There is a very small incision that the doctor has done, and outside of it are hanging 2 white tubes that look like cocktail straws. The doctor has folded the ends of those tubes over and is tying them shut. And then are they both now shut, Doctor?
No, just the one end.
Just the one end is shut. The nurse doing a very fine job with the needle and the thread. The doctors, they don't sew like you would sew cloth. They actually insert the needle with, is that a pair of hemostats?
Needle drivers. They look like hemostats.
A needle driver. Of course, many people are familiar with hemostats if they were alive and went to college during the 70s. I don't think I have to explain why.
To clip something.
Yeah, now the doctor is that the second one being tied off?
Second one's this is going much faster than I anticipated. How many of these have you done?
Dr. Steele, how many of these have you done?
That's the only one besides the one I've done on animals.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Steele. Once again, always the glib surgeon's what they call him. And
over 1,000, the doctor says. He has very swift hands. And obviously,
done this quite a few times.
Very professional. And I might add, is wearing. Are those? Well, I'll wait till he's finished with this. Those are reading glasses. Okay, I noticed he was wearing glasses. And he is now doing there's virtually no blood involved in this procedure, which is why I am still standing up and breathing. Now, once the vase is tied off, will it be? It'll be reinserted. And then
it's already fallen back into the wound, and then he's going to close the skin. Are you going to use 2 layers there?
I just close in 1 layer.
What does that mean, Doctor?
That means just as the top layers of the skin are going to be suture closed, rather than put buried stitches in.
Okay.
Figure 8 closure.
Figure 8 closure.
Figure 8 closure. That's one of the compulsory figures you have to do, isn't it, Doctor?
Now,
then the freestyle.
Can't wait for the floor exercise.
Yes.
Bob, I think you're going to want to wait for the floor exercise. Now, the vase, they've been severed. They've been the tips of each end of it were folded over and tied shut, and now they're just back inside. They're floating around.
Inside, he's already closed the skin and ready to go to the other side.
What time's your appointment next week to the other side?
The doctor asked Bob what time his appointment was next week to the other side. Just to just.
Not, huh?
Bob is holding up very well. Half of Bob's vasectomy is now complete.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty wild. I expect them to do, just numb both at the same time. But
We're going to numb the
now,
right side.
will he again feel a little bit of pain? So we'll be quiet.
The right side is a little bit more tender than the left.
No, is it really?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. It doesn't have anything to do with being right or left.
Okay, so that Bob was once again about to get a local anesthetic. So we'll look the other direction so we don't faint during this aspect of the procedure. Half of the vasectomy has already been completed. Once again, the doctor has severed the vas deferens, which delivers the seed, the fertile part of manhood, and Bob will continue to produce seed for how long?
Forever.
I think they said actually 10 to 12.
He will produce sperm forever, as long as he's alive.
But
and it's just that it will gradually die and be absorbed in the system.
I see.
And as far as becoming sterile, though, it's
about 10 to 12 orgasms.
It depends on the number of ejaculations, which I ask for at least 12. Then we start checking semen specimens.
I'd go more, Bob, if I were you. 12. Why stop at 12? I mean,
some people bring him back in 2 weeks, and some people bring him back in 2 years. I'm not sure.
Those would be the married guys.
The married guys, 2 years, right?
Obviously.
Okay.
I feel that. Ouch, yeah, I do.
Okay, Bob's in a little bit of pain, so we'll cut the levity for a moment. The doctor's about to give him another shot of xylocaine into the particular area where the surgery is taking place. Once again, this is Bob Kavoyan's Vasectomy live on Q95 Radio, WFPQ, WNDE, Indianapolis. And we want to get a legal ID in there as we approach the top of the hour.
It is. It's 5 minutes to 8.
We'll be. This looks like we're getting close to completion, probably 5 minutes away or so. So we'll just keep going. And before we take any kind of a break here, the doctor is once again reaching inside of Bob and searching for the vas.
Nope, doing okay there.
Deference. I have to speak in kind of a golf whisper because there is some delicate surgery going on. The doctor has removed the...
He's isolated the right side vas.
And is now making a very small incision.
Doing fine.
And will once again be removing the actual vas deferens, which we discussed before is white. It looks somewhat like a cocktail straw. It's about as white as Chick's face is right now.
Yeah,
Chick, would you like to take a breather?
No, I had this all planned, actually, in my...
in your head as to how it would go?
Well, in my family planning life, I...
planned on doing this?
I anticipated this, but... how shall I put this medically? No way in hell, I think...
Chick, it's not that... I don't feel a thing. It's actually...
Well, how about the...
It's a breeze.
How about the injections there?
No, and actually I was really surprised. I figured they would hurt more, but they didn't hurt at all.
Really?
No.
The doctor is proceeding with Bob's vasectomy. Now, we should explain that this is an adult procedure.
Yes, it
for those listening. This is an actual surgical procedure. What's the word I'm looking for? When they only come in for a day. Outpatient surgery. Thank you, Bob.
You're welcome. Getting an awful lot of interference on my headphone, but
me too. Yeah.
I am too. There must be some.
Maybe a storm going over.
A storm or something going over.
Maybe we. Do we have a backup generator here in case you lose your light or you just whip out a candle? Or
we are.
Move outside in case of power outage during the day. That's good.
That's good.
Well, the doctor is proceeding. Why don't we take this opportunity to take a short break since we've already witnessed the
right side's only the same as what we just went through with the left.
So we'll take a short break while the doctor continues, and we'll be right back on Q95 for more of Bob's Vasectomy after these messages.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Bob's Vasectomy. Live on Q95.
This is unbelievable. 801 at WFBQ, WNDE, Indianapolis.
What a pro. Even though Bob has a surgeon working on his scrotum.
With the time check.
He is able to get the time check
and the legal ID.
Dr. Ron Steele has nearly completed Bob's vasectomy.
This nice wire to be great.
Looks like a piano wire.
It does, doesn't it?
Hey, I forgot to ask during the procedure how big of a piece you want me to remove because I could make him an alto or soprano.
Okay, fine. It looks looks like now the 2 chunks of Bob's Vas deferens are before us. They look like tiny pieces of elbow macaroni.
You know what they look like? Those little seahorses that you used to order in the comic books. So a little bit, don't they?
To some degree. The doctor has completed the surgery in about
25 minutes or
now,
so.
if you count the shaving and the news break we took and everything else, I guess
40 minutes.
Maybe, Doctor, you could call this Vas Crafters.
In about an hour.
You know, we'll give you a vasectomy in about an hour. The procedure is complete, Doctor?
We are finished.
We are
That's wild.
finished. Bob, you feeling fine?
I feel great.
Doctor, any post-operative comments?
Well, he has a wheelbarrow outside. Take him home in.
Okay. Now, in all seriousness, Doctor, you've made 2 small incisions in this groin area. Now, Bob is going to take the day off tomorrow and pretty much rest all weekend. Apparently, we have been told that ice is a good procedure to prevent a lot of swelling.
I highly recommend that he go home as soon as he can and apply a local ice pack for 2 or 3 hours. It's going to keep the swelling down. The bruising will probably be about the scrotum and maybe the lower abdominal wall, even on the penis. It's the swelling you worry about. Usually it's no larger than the old silver dollar. Or
swelling, of course, well...
That'd be inside the scrotum.
Okay, because swelling anywhere else is pretty much a plus.
Yeah. Could
but
hurt.
this would be on the scrotum, and that would absorb by itself.
Okay, now...
And the sutures will absorb by themselves also.
Now, if Bob had done this himself, Jimmy Mad Dog may have suggested that Bob do his own closing, and then at that time, Doctor, you would have said to him, suture yourself.
Correct.
Of course.
Thank you, Dog. Now, Doctor, someone suggested to us that instead of using an ice pack, a large sack of frozen peas would be a suitable substitute because the peas are smaller and can actually form around the particular area. Have you ever heard of this procedure? Is this new to you?
Never tried it. Maybe something we'll do on the next patient.
Okay.
Are you game?
No. Well, I'm actually extremely fertile.
Yeah,
and
Tom's still in the fertile phase.
In fact, we're looking forward to the next phase of childbirth for my wife, which is the preliminary phase where I impregnate her, which is a big thumbs up from this guy right now. And after seeing this tonight, may be the night.
Because frankly, I'm turned on, Bob. I can't.
Well, Doctor, an excellent job. I didn't realize it was that quick a procedure. It does seem to be very simple.
It's very simple. It's safe. No long-term side effects. Probably 1 million done a year across the United States.
Is that right? Wow.
Mm-hmm. And without getting too commercial, and I don't want to ask you personally, what is the average cost of a vasectomy for a normal average patient? Ballpark.
I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't have that at my fingertips.
It varies all over.
Okay.
It does vary, obviously, from physician's office to physician's office.
But it's not like tens of thousands of dollars.
No. I would imagine you're talking
for under $1,000.
You're talking somewhere probably $400 or $500.
Oh, okay. So
and it's cheaper than. I'm sorry. Yes, if you do it in a hospital situation, in the office, of course, it's much cheaper.
Okay, well, we didn't want to spend too much money, so we brought Bob to the office. But obviously, a fine professional. Let's have a nice round of applause for Dr. Ron Steele. Did an excellent job. You might not want to clap too hard.
Yeah, in fact, I'm contemplating standing up here. So
okay, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to exit into the waiting room. Thanks again, Doctor. We're going to move into the waiting room.
It's news time.
To get to our news break. So back at the station.
Hello?
How's it going back there?
There's a lot of men walking around with real weird looks on their faces around here.
Hey, Bob, how's it hang?
Hey, it seems to be just fine. Just fine.
Bob, take your L.A. Dodger hat and stick it over your trophy, baby.
That's pretty wild.
Well, why don't you guys do the commercial for the news, because we're going to go into the other room here.
We can do that. News is sponsored this hour by
Tom Wood Toyota. Is your Honda hurting? Bored with your old Ford? Your Cadillac lacking? Your old's getting real old? Your Dodge dying? Get a fresh quality used car from Tom Wood Toyota. They got exactly a gazillion to pick from. Tom Wood Toyota, 4202 Lafayette Road.
How many?
A gazillion.
That's a lot of trucks.
Exactly a gazillion to pick from.
Woo! Well, thank you, King.
Well, you're very welcome, Christian.
It's 7 minutes after 8 o'clock. I really don't need this wacky music there, Dean. Thanks. Look for thunderstorms today. High about 88. Continue to muggy summer weather. Right now our temperature is probably around... Dean, what's the temp?
76.
76 degrees. Thank you.
Vasectomy is such a lonely word.
Chick, are you okay?
Yeah, Christy, I'm, I helped with the birth of my son and everything,
Yes.
and I was right there. But when they did all that, but when you're talking Big Jim and the twins there, and they start messing with those.
I've known Bob for 12 years now. We've been working together, and I really never thought we'd get this close.
And I want to tell you guys, I have a new respect for Bob Kavoyan.
Really?
How long has he been in radio, Tom?
After this operation, I'd say probably 7-8 years.
I would have guessed 11 or 12 years. I hate to get that angry, huh? My goodness.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
Yes. Very impressive.
And with the skilled hands of a surgeon, it's you realize, when you're lying under the knife there, the next time you see a doctor playing golf, you're going to go, he deserves this break. Yeah, this man
take an extra hole.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, Doc. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
You can get home vasectomy kits now.
Really?
Yeah. I had a buddy who asked me if he should get a home vasectomy kit, and I said, hey, suit yourself. Thank you. Where's my drummer? Where's Benny? Thank you.
See, I just covered that one.
Where's Bob?
Not 4 minutes ago. I've been listening for 40 minutes just to see if you did it.
Yeah, I just did it.
Where's Bob?
I gave you full credit, though, Doc. Bob is in the recovery room.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, we're letting him take a short breather. So why don't we do a short newscast and sportscast, then we're going to hit the road and come back. I do want to play once again our special tribute to Bob's Vasectomy.
We can do that.
Okay. Christy?
Quickly, the space shuttle Columbia landed at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida just about an hour ago.
Oh, he's a great man. He should
Oops, wrong one. We wanted to hear from Jay Barbary.
Right down the center line of the runway on a beautiful day here in Florida. 2 weeks since it's left here, and now here's his nose wheel on the runway.
Touchdown.
A beautiful touchdown. And there goes the new drogue chute. It has just popped out on the back of Columbia. A beautiful sight. And just a beautiful landing.
That chute was now brand new, and it's red, white, and blue. That was our favorite correspondent down at the Cape, Mr. Jay Barbary. The Democrats are going to be fielding an all-Southern ticket come November. Bill Clinton has asked Tennessee Senator Albert Gore to be his running mate. What do folks in Tennessee think about that?
Oh, he's a great man. He should be in there. He's a good businessman. He's a good, he's for the poor people. He's a great man. I think he should have the job.
I think he ought to be president. I voted for him when he ran last time. If he runs again, I'll vote for him again.
I think you ought to wait and run for president. I think he made us a good president.
Speak English, sir.
What is it, King, when they ask that first guy how he gets to D.C., he goes, my brother takes me.
My uncle takes me.
My uncle takes me.
By the way, they did those on-the-street interviews. The street was made of dirt. Just want to make that clear.
Was in the state of Tennessee those interviews were done. 16 people hurt in the strong aftershock that rock quake ravaged Big Bear Lake in California yesterday. 5.5 was the magnitude on the Richter scale. Last night's shaker centered near Big Bear and was an aftershock of the quake that was felt on June 28th. Sad note this morning, newsman Eric Severide has died at the age of 79. Severide had underwent surgery for cancer of the stomach late last year and was rehospitalized briefly when he contracted pneumonia. In his 29-year career at CBS, he worked as a war correspondent, radio news broadcaster, and TV commentator. Mike Tyson, well, he may see a new trial. Yesterday, his attorney Alan Dershowitz filed a petition seeking that. In Australia, Queensland Police Commissioner has arrested himself for jaywalking after a television station videotaped him in the act. So had to arrest himself. He was caught.
Yeah.
Authorities in the Netherlands have launched a campaign there to stop the latest youth craze, diving off the edge of opening canal drawbridges. Young daredevils apparently are standing on the rising span's edge and then dive into the canal from a height of up to 33 feet. And in a potentially deadly variant, they apparently are clinging to the underside of the span as it closes and jumps just before the bridge bangs shut.
Where did this happen, Kristen?
This is going on in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
In Delft, Netherlands.
Scary.
At this point, no accidents have occurred, but the stunt's popularity has risen in recent years as more bridges have lost bridge tenders to remote control.
Bob has joined us in the waiting room. And,
already?
Is
he walking?
He's walking,
he's
and now he's sitting down.
gracefully. And,
what is he wearing?
Shorts.
Practically nothing.
Oh.
And
a smile?
We're fixing Bob up with the
Christy.
microphone here.
Hi, Bob.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, wonderful, thanks.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I feel just fine.
Do you feel like singing any Beatles songs?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I can hit that high C that I've always wanted to be able to hit. I don't
Yesterday.
know. Yeah, get up there.
Well, you were stellar, Bob.
Well, I was really surprised at how easy it really is. So I'm really quite surprised. So what I'm going to do is go home and relax today and take the day off tomorrow and come back Monday.
Now, tomorrow, we'd like you during the news to give us a phone call.
Oh, I can do that.
Update us.
Just to see how you're feeling. Bob is going to leave very quickly here. Thanks to Indy Connection Limousine for providing the transportation.
Hey, how long is the healing process here?
I said just more or less for today. Just he said I sit down for a couple hours and relax, and I can get back on my feet and everything tomorrow. And so they're just giving me the day off tomorrow just to make sure.
Just nothing too vigorous.
He said no aerobics or anything for the next 7 to 10 days and stuff like that.
How about smoking? Can you continue your typical smoking?
I don't usually smoke from my scrotum, so I think I'm okay.
Well, Bob,
have you looked lately?
I don't know.
You smoke after sex, don't you?
I don't know. I've never checked. So
maybe a little KY would prevent that from happening in the future. Bob,
well, I know that aerobics thing's really bums you out, doesn't it?
Oh,
Bob?
I know,
Mr. Fitness.
I'm torn about this. So no, I'll be fine.
Don't think of it as a vasectomy. Think of it as just a booster on your circumcision.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Nice way to look at it. Thanks.
40 years later, kind of an update.
All right.
Christy, continue.
I'm done. It's time for sports.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, then I guess it's time for me to leave.
Time for you to leave, Bob.
I hate to fall asleep before I get to the limo.
Yeah.
I was talking to Dr. Steele, and he did point out something very interesting. His nurse took the sample of the vas back into the laboratory that they have here at the facility.
Yes.
Right? And it turns out that all of Bob's sperm have little tiny LA Dodger caps in it.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely amazing.
Phenomenal.
I do want to take this opportunity to do a cheap commercial plug. To perform today's operation, Chick and I had to have special scrubs made. First off, I want to thank Scott Housefield and Image Impressions for whipping these out. We're going to be, I better not use that term, we're going to be selling these scrubs. We have a very small number of them at the Hard Days Night Cafe beginning probably tomorrow. So if you want to go out to Bob's Bar, the Hard Days Night, you can get the actual scrubs. Bob, could you describe the back of the official scrub?
Well, the back, it says, I heard Bob's Vasectomy on the Bob and Tom Show. Then it shows Tom in scrubs holding a Ronco Super Scalpel, which is a chainsaw. Then to the right of me is the voluptuous Christy Lee holding a tray of tools, including a meat cleaver. And then I am in the middle, strapped down, hands and arms and legs on a what would appear to be, it looks like a gynecological examination table.
Complete with stirrups.
With my, I guess my groin area hanging over looks like one of those baskets you hang over a trash can.
Basketball hoop.
Basketball hoop you hang over a trash can with what appears to be my groin ready to drop through it. It's pretty comical, actually.
Yeah, it's a fine drawing by Kurt Metz. That will be available exclusively at the Hard Days Night Cafe. Oh, by the way, on the front it says Hard Days Night Cafe, and it features Bob crossing his legs with a surgical gown on with the universal no sign going through the actual groin area.
It's very nice.
So, Bob...
Okay, well, thanks, and we'll get those out and get them tomorrow this weekend.
Bob, go home. Take a rest.
Bob will soon be a man without a seed.
Is the limo here?
We just got a phone call, Bob. They're missing one of the scalpels, so you might not want to walk through it.